Cal here. Today's the first day that I'm going to try and teach you guys from home. It's a trial run, so please be patient with me. Please be patient with your parents. Leave a comment in our Google Classroom about how it could go better. If you can't see the board, if you can't see our paper. I know that I sent home paper packets with you guys for math, so I know most of the work is stuff that you know how to do. I just want to give you guys a little refresher. So I have my notes here about the different problems, and I'll go through them. I'm not going to give you guys the answers yet. After the video, I want you guys to take the reminders that I gave you to go back and check your work, and then you'll see that you can put your answers in our Google Classroom. There's an assignment called Math Day 1, so I would love it if you could do that. So our first math problem is asking us to find the product of 1,907 times 48. There's two different ways we could do that. We could use standard algorithm, or we could do the box method. So if we start with standard algorithm, we would do, I'll put our problem up first, 1907 times 48. So our first option is to just do straight up standard algorithm. We write down our first one, put our multiplication symbol, and then write our second one. So then you go through and you just multiply. I'll do the first row and then remind you of how to put your placeholder in, and then I'll leave it blank for you guys to solve the rest. I think that's pretty fair because you guys are all really great at using standard algorithm. So we know 8 times 7, apologize. Sorry, my phone's been going off. We know 8 times 7 is 56. We put our 6 here, we carry the 5. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 5 more would be 5. 8 times 9, we get, what do we get ourselves, friends? 72. Sorry, I'm just trying to pretend like it's us here. So you put your 2 down and you carry the 7. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 7 more is 15. So you put all those numbers there. Moving on to the next row, I like to cross out all the stuff that we've already done so that I don't get confused. You put your placeholder 0 here. And you move on because you're really multiplying from the tens place. So it's really 40 times 7. But in your head, make it easy. 4 times 7 is 28. Put your 8 down, carry the 2. So that's as far as I'm going to go for solving this problem. You guys are super capable of doing it this way. I just wanted to give you a refresher and your parents a refresher in case it's been a while since they've done some math. I will also show you the box method, so bear with me while I erase. If you want to do the box method, it's a little bit easier for smaller numbers, but you can do it. You can draw yourself a box. We're going to do 40 and 8. Then you'll divide this into 4 pieces. You'll do 1,900, 0, and 7. Realistically, you could get rid of this box, but for sake of following routine, please keep the box. And then you just multiply each box. So 1,000 times 40, if you don't know that in your head, do 4 times 1 is 4, and then count your zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives us 40,000. 900 times 4, again, same thing. 9 times 4, 36. Put your zeros. 0 times 40 is 0, and 7 times 40 is 7 times 4, 28, add your 0. Then you do the same thing for the next row. 8 times 1,000 is 8,000, and so on. Then your final step is going to be to add up everything in your boxes to get your total. Again, totally happy to go through this once you guys have turned it in online. I'm not going through it all the way because you guys so know how to do this. You've mastered it. I've seen you do it a million times. And I want you guys to practice on your own. Get those brains working while we're home. All right? So that's all right, friends. So the next problem we're going to do is number 2. Which number is 1/10 as great as 0 and 7/10? So again, place value problems. Go ahead and draw your place value chart immediately. That's my recommendation. I think it's for the best. This is bringing us all the way back to the beginning of the year when we practiced multiplying by powers of 10 and dividing by powers of 10. So if they're asking us a number that is 1/10 as great as 7/10, as great as, we're going to go to the right and make it smaller. So we're really dividing by a power of 10. So really all you'll do for this problem is move each of your values over one place value. So it would really end up being 0, our decimal place, 0, 7. So your answer ends up being 7/100. Lucky you have the answer to number 2. You didn't really have to do it yourself. I wanted to make sure that you understood the wording of it when we're using the fraction and as great as. You're going to be moving to the right and dividing. So there's that. The next problem, number 3, where you're looking at the thickness of different kinds of papers. You will also be using the place value chart. Highly recommend. I suggest that when you're comparing them, you put them all on the place value chart and then look at which one is greatest. And when we're comparing decimals, we always start on the left. We always start in the largest place value. It doesn't matter how many digits there are to the right. The real focus is looking at our place value. Let me just grab my eraser and then I will go over it. Okay, so for this one, we are going to need to add in a place value. So let's start with that. If we're comparing the different place values, I'm looking and I see that our highest place value, our largest place value rather, is in the ones place. Then our smallest is going to be the thousands place. So I'm only going to show us our ones, our decimal place, our tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. I'm putting them in the order that they're shown in the problem, so it's totally random. It's not that I'm putting them in order for you. Our first number is the book, and it's 147 thousandths, so I would write that as 0.147. Then we have 152 thousandths, 0 and 216 thousandths, and finally 0 and 81 thousandths. So when we're comparing decimals, what you want to make sure you're doing is that you're comparing based on the largest place value, right? So they all end in the thousandths place. That's not really what matters. What matters is which number is largest in the tenths place. So to start, you're going to look for, because we are going, oh, I apologize. We're looking for thinnest to thickest. So you're going to be looking for the smallest number. So I know that 0 is smaller than any other number. So I know automatically that the rag is going to be our smallest. So I know I can start my list with rag. After that, you would then have to compare, right? So what's smallest after that? Well, I know 1 is smaller than 2. So I start with my 1s, I've narrowed it down. They're the same in the tenths place, so now I have to move to the hundredths and see which one's smaller. You guys have great, beautiful, wonderful brains who can figure out for or 5, which one's smaller. You put that as your next answer, and you go on and compare from there. If you have any questions, again, leave a comment, but this is stuff that you guys have been doing since October, like at the latest, probably even September, and I want you guys to practice. So you guys know how to do this, you've got it, you're gonna crush it. Our next one is subtraction. Number 4 is subtracting with decimals. Again, you know how to do it. All I want you to think about is lining up your place value. If you have to, put it in a chart like this. I don't think you guys are at that point. I think you guys are fully capable of doing it without place value. So I'll just show you how I set it up, which you guys also don't need because, again, big, smart, beautiful brains. But here we go. So number 4 asks us, what is 62 and 42 hundredths minus 3? So you set it up very easily. 62 and 42 hundredths minus 3. If it makes it easier for you, put the decimal and 2 zeros as placeholders, and then do normal subtraction. All right? You guys have got that. Number 5 is another multiplication problem. Please use standard algorithm. Please use box method, whatever works best for you. Put your answers in the sheet, and I'll review them with you guys individually. Again, if you have any questions, ask your grown-up for help. Leave a comment on the video. Happy to help in any way, but I'm not interested in solving them for you. You guys have this in the bag. You've got it. Brilliant. Number 6 goes into expanded form. I'm not going to do the same problem because, again, you guys can use your brains, but I will show you an example of expanded form. If I wanted to do expanded form for the number 62 and 42 hundredths, I would do 60 plus 2 plus 4 tenths plus 2 hundredths. And that's expanded form using decimals. Pretty simple. It looks just as you would say it's 62 and 4. So there's 2 different ways you can do. And 4 tenths and 2 hundredths. Or I would also accept 60 plus 2 and 42 hundredths. This is acceptable. This one's what I really want. So do with it what you will. Use that information to solve number 6, which is 45 and 803 thousandths. Our next one, 7, goes back to ordering decimal numbers from greatest to least this time. So you're going to be looking for the greatest number and going down to the least. It's all 12ths, so my 12th and some decimal number, we go as small as hundredths and as large as thousandths. My suggestion is use the place value chart. Make yourself your chart, set it up with tens, ones, your decimal, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. That'll get the job done for you. Write each number in a row, compare them. You guys have it. I know you do. The next one is rounding. You guys know the rules of rounding. You guys taught me the Dever phrase that you guys use. 4 or less, stay at rest. 5 or more, go up 1 more. So same applies. You underline the place value that you're looking for, and you round either up or down based on what number is to the right of it. The next question, number 9. What is another way to write 105 and 13 hundredths? Super easy. You guys can write it in number form. You can write it in expanded form. If you have another cool way to write it, let me know. Would love to see it. And finally, I'll get you guys set up on number 10. It's a multi-step word problem. You guys can totally handle it, but it says, Miss Wellston is buying supplies for her 18 science students. Each student will need 1 microscope. Each microscope costs $194. Each student also needs 12 lab kits. Each kit costs $35. How much money does Ms. Wellston need? So, if we're solving this problem accurately, our first step, in my opinion, is to set it up so that we know exactly what we're looking for. So write your sentence down at the bottom. Miss W will need blank dollars to get science supplies for each student. Sorry for the mess. I'm still adjusting to my portable classroom. And if you can't see it, I'll move at the end so you have a minute to see what I wrote. But again, you guys have been writing answer sentences like this for months and months and months. You know how to do it. I believe in you. My first step for me would be, I want to find out how much she spends on the microscopes. So I know that they are $194 each. I know that she has 18 students, so I'm going to do 194 times 18, and that will give me my total for microscopes. I know that I will need to do microscopes plus kits to get my total. So I'm going to say microscopes plus kits equals. That way I know I can plug in my numbers when I'm done. My second step is I need to know how much it costs for kits. Key detail here is that each student needs 12 kits. So the first thing is I need to multiply 18 times 12 so that I know the total number of kits. So I would do 18 times 12 to get the number of kits. If I do 18 times 12, I know that 8 times 2 is 16, carry my 1, 2 times 1 is 1, adding 2 plus 1 more is 3, I get 36. Put a 0 as my placeholder, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 1 is 1. So 6 plus 0 is 6, 8 plus 3 is 11, carry my 1, I get 216 kits needed. That's not my last step. I do this for you because I want to make sure that you remember that you have to take that total and multiply it by how much each kit costs. So if she's ordering 216 kits times $35 each, our final step is to do this multiplication problem, and whatever our total is here will go for our kits. Whatever our total for microscopes is, we'll go for our microscopes, and we'll add them up to get our total. Again, I'm not going to show you the answer. You guys have awesome math skills. You can do this on your own. I think you probably could have done this part on your own as well, but just while you were adjusting, I wanted to make sure that you had all the steps. So that's it for day 1 of math. You guys should have been working on that on Tuesday. For Wednesday, if you haven't done any of your math, please get started on it. Tomorrow I'll do a video going over day 2 of math. Tomorrow might be a double video day for math. I might go over days 2 and 3. We'll see. I'm also going to be recording a read aloud for you guys so that you guys get used to listening to good stories. You are welcome to invite your family to listen as well. I'll be reading Harry Potter from our picture book. I will start from the beginning so that you guys, if you have family members who want to listen in and haven't heard the story before, they're not behind and they know the whole deal. So again, leave any comments in the back and let me know how it goes. All right, good job guys. Keep up the good work and I can't wait to talk to you. All right, see ya.